Very good morning, dear children. Dear children, we are on the last topic of our chapter number 3 of civics, electoral politics. And the last topic is, children, what makes elections in India democratic? So, just now we have completed the steps which are being done during the election time. Finally, the polling is done. Fine. Now, what makes elections in India democratic? Now, children, we many of the times we get to know about the unfair practices which are being done during the elections. Many a times we read in newspapers, televisions, we see different reports, the allegations, the parties, they are just throwing allegations on each other. So now, children, there can be inclusion of false means and exclusion of genuine names from the voter list. This can also happen. There could be the misuse of government facilities and officials by the ruling party. Find that can also be done during elections. And it can be there that the rich people, the rich candidates, and the big parties, they are using excessive money during the elections. Fine. And it can be that there is unfair practices being done on the polling day as well. So, children, everything fine. Can a party really do it? Now, who is going to check all these electoral malpractices? So, that's the main question, children. So, now we will just discuss about Independent Election Commission. So, with the name, you get to know that the Independent Election Commission we have. Now, what is Election Commission, children? It enjoys. See, the in our country, elections are conducted by an independent and very powerful election commission. Election commission conducts the election, and election commission has the same independence as the judiciary in our country enjoys. Same. Fine. Now, the Chief Election Commissioner (CEC) is appointed by the President of India. He is not elected, it is his job, he is appointed. But the moment he is appointed, children, the Chief Election Commission is not answerable to anyone, even to the President, even to the government. Fine. And if even if the ruling party, the government, they do not like the work being done by the commissioner, they cannot remove him, they cannot ask him any question. Fine. So very few election commissions, they have such a big powers, big authority, which the Election Commission of India has. Now, Election Commission is going to take decisions on every aspect of conduct and control of elections from the day of announcement of elections to the declaration of result. Till then, the work is of Election Commission. Now, Election Commission is going to implement the code of conduct and is going to punish the candidate who is going to violate that code of conduct. Fine. During the election period, election commission is can order the government to follow some guidelines. Fine. Like it can prevent the use or misuse of government power to enhance that election should be done properly. Fine. So, transfer of government officials can also be done by the election commission. Now, on election duty, the all the government officers, they are not working the under the government, but they are going to work during the elections under the election commission. Fine. So, children, in last 25 years, election commission has exercised a lot of powers and even expanded the powers. Fine. Now, this we talked about the election commission. Then the next topic is, children, popular participation. Now, what does it mean? It means, see, another way to check the election process to see whether it is fine or whether the people have really participated or not participated is through the participation. We can check the participation of the people. You can see the chart below and you can see how in during some years how the people participated during the elections. Sometimes they are more, sometimes they are less. Fine. So that also shows that how much people are happy and how much they are participating. Fine. And you can see, children, here the figures are given to you. You can easily check out from that. Like the common people, children, they are going to attach a lot of importance to the elections, because they feel that it is only through the elections only that we can really, pressurize the parties for doing work for our welfare. Fine. So vote matters a lot for them. It can be that the rich voters, the rich people, they do not matter about the votes. They say that because they are happy enough. So we can check out from the participation of the people that how come the political parties are working and whether the people are really participating enthusiastically or not. Acceptance of election outcome. Now the final test of free and fair election is the outcome itself. Fine. Whatever is the outcome, fine, it is, adopted by the ruling parties or the opposition party. They should adopt it. In such a situation, the ruling party does not lose elections. Fine. So we can check out that whether the party is losing the election or not. See, the outcome of India's election speaks for itself. How come? See, the ruling party routinely lose elections in India, both at national at state level. It cannot be there that the party is never losing. It can lose in center or the state level. Fine. Then the other thing is the representatives. It's not important that the representatives are always winning. Half of the MPs and MLAs, they lose elections once they are elected, and the other time they lose their seat. Candidates who are known to have spent a lot of money on buying votes and those with criminal connections often lose elections. So the people, those who are somewhere not good for the people, so people, they do not vote in their favor, so they most of the time they lose the elections. Fine. If there is a disputed election, children, the electoral outcomes, fine, uh, they cannot they are not going to favor that election. Fine. Defeated party is going to check out. Fine. Now, challenges for free and fair election. What are the challenges which we face for the free and fair elections? Fine. So it is very very simple conclusion is that we are having free and fair elections. So the party which is winning now, fine, it can be losing the other time. Fine. Few candidates, they are winning and the others can lose the elections as well. So we cannot say that India is not having free and fair election. Fine. Now see, what are the challenges? See, candidates and parties with lot of money, fine, may not be sure of their victory, but they do enjoy a big and unfair advantage over smaller parties and independents. Fine. So what are the challenges? The first thing is the candidates, fine, and the parties which have a lot of money, they are not sure that they are going to win the elections or not, but they really have advantage over the parties, the smaller parties, and the independent candidates. Fine. Through their unfair practices, you can say. In some parts of the country, children, candidates with criminal connections have been able to push others out of electoral race and to secure a ticket for the major party. So sometimes they, by hook and crook, they try to make a candidate sit. They convince a candidate by unfair means that you will not stand in the election. So that can also be the problem. Find some families, they tend to dominate political parties. So you might have seen certain political parties which is family oriented, means the family is dominating a particular party. So the tickets are given to their relatives only, their families only. So that is also a challenge. Very often elections offer little choice to ordinary people. So ordinary people, they are getting very less choice. Fine, for both the major parties are quite similar to each other, both in policies and practices. So all the big parties, they have similar agenda or similar working in their policies and practices. So the common people, they are never given a chance to come forward. Smaller parties and independent candidates suffer a huge disadvantage compared to the bigger parties. Obviously, the small parties, the independent candidates, they face a lot of problem. Fine, when they are competing with the big parties, major parties. So these challenges are not only in India, children, but they are almost everywhere. Fine. So it is a matter of concern. So if you say your country is a democratic country, so all these things are to be taken care of. So children, this was all about the chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.